You guys, I just put out a video talking about how my faith in humanity was slightly restored from a little girl who was really speaking her mind, who was definitely using her own brain. Well, that little bit of hope for humanity is slowly slipping away, because for every video like that little girl, there are many videos that are disturbing, to say the very least. I don't know if you guys remember what it was like to be, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and the things you used to believe and the things you used to be able to think you can do. I, for one, was watching Power Rangers in hopes that someday I would be selected to be a part of it, not realizing that it was just part of a show. It's just something I really wanted. All at the same time, I believed in Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy. But these are normal imaginary processes for kids. A child's mind is so easily mended and melded into whatever you can possibly imagine. It is at these years when parents really need to start instilling things like good values into their kids' minds. And the last thing you need to do is confirm any sort of fantasy going on in these kids' heads. They're kids, they're curious, and they want to know about things. In the comment section right now, tell me something that you wanted to be when you were 7, 8 years old. Maybe you wanted to be as powerful or as strong as Superman, or you wanted to swing through the city as if you were Spider-Man. I'm one of those kids who grew up on the Toonami adaptation of Dragon Ball Z, so guess what I wanted to be? But as much as my mother laughed as I ran around acting like I can shoot Kamehameha waves out of my hands, she also told me that it's a cartoon and those things just aren't real, but it's fun to fantasize. It's fun to imagine. And that's the great thing about being a kid, is you get to imagine. You have this type of brain that is just endless in possibilities. And as we get older, it kind of seems to dwindle down a little bit. It's not nearly as vibrant. It's not nearly as innocent. But we're also, hopefully, not as stupid as we were when we were 7, 8 years old. Now, I'm going to hop into this video with you guys so we can see how parenting can be done horribly wrong. So let's jump into this guy. So I'm definitely gonna have to mute this video because it has music on it, but we'll run through. You guys will get the picture. You'll be able to read. We'll read along together, okay? Welcome to Drag Queen Story Hour. So this starts off great. I hate all men, but how can you hate all men when you're like 6, 7 years old? Who says that when you're 6 or 7 years old? Do you recall ever seeing someone saying, "Man, I just hate all men," when they were 6, 7-year-olds? Yeah, I don't think so. This seems like a terrible parent at play already. But let's keep running it. 3 years ago, Eddie was having a hard time with boys. Yeah, so did I. They're called assholes. It's not anything special. It's not unlike any other child's come up, especially as a boy. Boys were pretty mean to each other. But let's keep it going. She was starting to think all boys are mean. Okay, so we're escalating quite quickly here. So I set out to change her mind. So you groomed. You're grooming. This is what you're doing. Oh my God, what is happening? What are you doing? I hope I've done a good job. No, you haven't. You were doing a terrible job. Look at this and you tell me this is not the parents' motives. You have the kid who's 7, 8 years old holding a trans pride flag, and you're going to tell me that this isn't some kind of parents' political agenda being pushed onto their fucking kids. Are you serious? Yeah, terrible father. Absolute terrible father. And that's pretty much the end of the video. And as you guys can see, this is disgusting, to say the least. This is horrible parenting. Kids are inherently confused. They don't know anything about the world, and it is your job to teach them those things. Not to confirm fantasies, but to teach them how the world works. If this kid was really having problems with other boys, you know what you do about that? You talk to them and you explain to them why the other boys are the way they are. You don't push them down the hole of transgenderism. That's not how this works. But let's go ahead and look at the list of these comments here and see what people have to say. When I was a kid, I was trying to figure out the difference between bath and body and bed and bath and beyond. Wait, is that right? Is that how he said? Is it Bath and Body Works? Is that what he was talking about in Bed Bath and Beyond? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, exactly. Nothing makes sense. You're 6, 7 years old. Kids change their minds and too young to fully understand all the implications of their decisions. Exactly. They have no idea what the ramifications of their decision making are. That's why you, as a parent, have to teach them these things. Like, hey, don't touch the hot stove. It will burn you. Or, hey, don't swim in the canal because it can sweep you under and drown you. It is your job as a parent to teach these kids. And if you're going to try to tell me that this kid didn't learn about transgenderism from their father, then you are just absolutely stupid. And one more comment, our kids don't even fully understand things yet at this age. My heart melts. Exactly. And that's what's happening with me. I'm seeing this poor kid who basically didn't stand a chance or doesn't stand a chance because you have their father in their ear teaching them this crap. And there's nothing but downhill from here, honestly. It is one thing that as you grow, you start figuring out for yourself, given a normal environment that something's not right, something's off here. I do believe gender dysphoria is a real thing, but this is not an example of gender dysphoria. This is an example of a progressive parent trying to push their own political outlooks on the life onto their kids. These kind of people parade their kids as fucking woke trophies, not as actual children. But as always, I do want to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section down below, and do not forget to hit that like or the dislike button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.